Hello students, welcome to Shikrai's Academy. This is Manisha, Current Affairs faculty from Shikrai's Academy. Today we are going to discuss the topic in news, that is right to protest in India. So why this is a news and everything we will discuss, what is right to protest and everything we will discuss in today's topic. Before moving ahead, a quick announcement students, there is a monthly current affairs course. This will be useful for UPSC, TGPSC and APPSC aspirants. So in this we are covering weekly videos and also we will be providing daily news analysis PDF along with monthly recap capsule that is just for 99 rupees, and this course is valid for 1 year. So grab the opportunities, link will be displayed in the description, so don't miss the opportunity. So why this is actually news? Because the Delhi police has cracked down a major demonstration on Cockroach Janata Party after thousands of protesters has attempted to march towards the parliament complex. So this incident has once again highlighted the constitutional scope and reasonable restrictions on the right to protest in India. So let us know about right to protest. So what is it? So the right to protest is a democratic right. So that enables citizens to express the dissent against the government policies as well as the voice grievances, and they need to assemble peacefully, along with they need to participate in the public demonstrations. So although it is a fundamental right, it is not an absolute and it is subjected to a reasonable restrictions to maintain the public order as well as security and right to others. So historical background of right to protest. So India's freedom struggle extensively used the satyagraha and the peaceful protest under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. So, recognizing the importance of peaceful dissent in a democracy, the framers of the constitution has incorporated this right under Article 19. So, let us see the constitutional provisions. So, Article 19, Clause 1 of A, that means freedom of speech and expression. And Article 19, Clause 1 of B, that is right to assemble peacefully and without arms. And Article 19, Clause 1 of C, that is right to form associations or unions. And Article 19, Clause 2, that is reasonable restrictions for free speech. And Article 19 of Clause 3, that is reasonable restrictions on peaceful assembly. So the main grounds for the reasonable restrictions are the state may impose restrictions in the interests of the sovereignty and integrity of India along with security of the state and friendly relations with the foreign states and public order and defense and morality, and the prevention of contempt of court. Prevention of incitement of offences. So let us see the key Supreme Court judgments. The first case is that is Himat Lal Kesha versus Commissioner of Police, that is in 1973. The Supreme Court held in this case that freedom of peaceful assembly is a fundamental feature for democracy. And also the state can regulate the public meetings to maintain the law and order. However, it cannot impose the arbitrary or blanket bans on the public assemblies. So the main significance here is the distinguish between the reasonable regulation and the arbitrary prohibition. So let us move into the next case. Mazdoor Kishan Shakti Sangtan MKSS versus Union of India. That is in 2018. In this, the court has directed authorities to strike a balance between citizens' right to protest as well as the public convenience and also security requirements. So the key directions in this is designated protest sites should be provided and also buffer zones should be maintained around sensitive institutions such as Parliament as well as Supreme Court of India. And so demonstrations should not carry any weapons or lathis or swords. So the main significance here is reaffirmed Jantar Mantar as an important designated protest site here. So it is clarified the regulation must not amount the prohibition. So let us move into the next case in news, that is Amit Shani versus Commissioner of Police 2020. This case has arose for the prolonged protest of Shan Bagh where public roads remain blocked for several months. So the court held that Supreme Court observations are the court held that the public roads cannot be occupied indefinitely. And also the demonstrations should be held only at a designated places. And protesters cannot inconvenience the general public. So the court has observed that you cannot block any roads. These cannot be indefinite period for protest. So you cannot create inconvenience for the people. This was the statement given by Supreme Court of India. So let us see the legal and operational features. So the first thing is prior police permission. So organizers must obtain administrative approval. Administrative approval must. After that, police permission. So the main purpose here is the crowd management, traffic regulations, and also the public safety along with security arrangement. So and also second thing, that is designated protest sites. So to balance the democratic rights with public convenience, so protests are generally permitted at notified locations. So for example, we can see Jantar Mantar in New Delhi, Ram Leela Maidan in New Delhi, and Azad Maidan in Mumbai, like that. Okay. And also the third thing, that is probationary orders. So authorities may impose restrictions under section 163 of Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023 BNSS. So this provision mainly empowers the executive magistrates to issue the prohibition orders when there is a threat to public order or risk to public safety or possibility of violence or unlawful assembly. So let us see the significance of this right to protest. So it mainly strengthens the participatory democracy and also it ensures the government accountability as well as it protects the freedom of expression and provides peaceful means of grievances redressal and promotes the transparency and civic participation. So what are the challenges? So mainly the challenges includes the balancing civil liberties with public order and also preventing violence during the protests. So avoiding the prolonged disruption of public life and ensuring uniform applications of restrictions and preventing misuse of prohibitionary powers. Prohibitory powers. So what are the way forward? So clearly identify the strength designated for these protest zones and ensure the restrictions are proportionate and lawful. And also promote dialogue between authorities and protest groups. and use technology for crowd and traffic management and protect peaceful demonstrations while preventing this violence and public inconvenience. So the right to protest is an essential pillar for India's constitutional democracy, rooted in Article 19 clause 1 of A and 19 clause 1 of B. While citizens have the freedom to peacefully express the dissent, and the right must be exercised responsibly and balanced with public order, security, safety, and right to other citizens. So Supreme Court judgments have consistently affirmed that reasonable regulation is permissible, but complete prohibition of peaceful protest is unconstitutional. So let us have a quick prelims practice question. With reference to right to protest in India, consider the following statements. The statement 1, that is right to assemble peacefully, is a guaranteed under Article 19 clause 1 of B. The statement 2, that is in the Amit Sani case 2020, the SC held that roads can be occupied for the protest if the cause is strategic. The statement 3, that is section 163 of BNSS 2023, replaces section 144 of CRPC for probationary orders. So which of the statement given above is or are correct? A 1 and 2 only, B 2 and 3 only, C 1 and 3 only, D 1, 2 and 3. So comment your answer in the comment section. Keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.